My name is Myles Kleinfeld. My art career started when I was 8, when my mother took me to the Art League of Cherry Hill, and then that morphed into my high school. I got into sculpture and photography, and I excelled at these items. I studied under Joel Sternfeld, Pomona, New Jersey, at Stockton State, went to RIT. I got into the School of Photographic Arts and Sciences with his help and graduated with a degree in film and television. So that's sort of my background to get my photographic background. Why am I drawn to this subject matter? I'm drawn to this subject matter because it's minimalist in that it does not represent anything in terms of religion, politics, social things, social commentary. It has nothing to do with any of that. I'm drawn to this because it is completely about objects, color, the relationship to each other, and the composition of those things as well. And I can get myself out of it. I don't have to be part of these images. I don't have to put myself in them. In fact, I prefer not to. I just prefer to show objects of beauty as I see them in the world. What inspires me about what I shoot? A part of it has to do with my background. You know, at RIT, at all the art history classes, I got a good foundation of what art, the history of art is. We had to memorize all those masters. You know, they would show it. They would show it slides, and then the test would be memorized. So in a sense, what inspires me? Well, it's a concoction of what my background is in terms of understanding of what art is. But it also, what inspires me is color, light. I like things that are translucent. I like things that are glass. I like light. I mean, right. Well, that's what inspires me. When I see something that's like shimmery, when things are shimmery, I get such a kick out of it. I don't know why. I love light, and I love sunlight. My biggest influence is Ellsworth Kelly. I like minimalism. I like Franz Klein. I like Edward Weston photographically. I also like Ansel Adams. I studied these people, but I like the idea of minimalism. I don't like political, any of that stuff. I just like shapes, colors, the relationship. How have I developed my career? Well, I've done it slowly. In a sense, in my art career, I'm not particularly ambitious about it. I think the world will see my art through online. This is one of the beauties of the internet. When I started out in this game, there was no internet. You had salons, you had galleries, you had to kiss these people's butts. And now it's a whole different game. I get people from Madrid, people from South Africa, seeing my work on Flickr, which is a Yahoo product, and so my career, I figure it's going to go on its own way. I don't need to push it. My work's my work. Let people see it, let them enjoy it, let them decide themselves. And if they think it sucks, hey, fine. I'm good with that. Let it be. But I'm not that ambitious about my career. Not at my age. I got things to do. This is a word about why I don't care so much. When I was at RIT and I was studying photography, I knew I wouldn't make it as a photographer. I just knew it. I couldn't support my family. I would be doing high school portraits or gym stuff or camp photos. So I figured I better figure out another way to make a living. So I got transferred into the School of Film and Television, which is also within the School of Photographic Arts and Sciences. Because I figured, all right, look, I'll make a living in television and film, but I'll still do my photography on the side. This is actually very important that you guys understand this, because I knew back then, I still loved photography. I still love it. But I knew I couldn't make a living at it, and I still can't. But I can make a living in film and television, which I am still doing today. so just be clear that my love from back all those years is still there, and my career is in a field which is close. I think television and animation is close. So I'm happy to have that career. How do I cultivate a collector base? I would say that I have kept a log of people who bought my work, and I also go to the First Thursdays, which is in San Francisco, and I meet people. You got to get out there. If you want to cultivate a collector base, you just got to get out there. Schmooze them, talk to them, show them your work. If you got a show, you got to hover over it. I mean, I don't know how to do this thing, but I'm just doing it because, the way collector base, and you keep in touch with them. So now with the internet, you got, I don't have this MailChimp thing or whatever, but I would imagine that would be a wonderful way to keep that going. My social media. My mother became my friend on Facebook, and she calls me up today. She's like, Myles, I want you to like this. I want you to love this. I'm like, Mom, what if I don't love it? She's like, well, I don't care whether you like it or not. I want you to like it. And so that ruined social media for Myles. Right? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't want to know how to defriend my mother. God forbid. Anyway, so I'm not that deep in, but people suggest that I get deeper. How do I navigate this mysterious and changing world? I got to be honest with you. I like to see what's contemporary. I go to all the major shows, Untitled. I go to the First Thursdays. I'm connected to a bunch of stuff. I mean, how do I navigate it? I like to, this idea of what's contemporary seems to be some kind of moving target. I don't know what's contemporary. To navigate something based on something like this, that's very difficult. I just do what I do. How do I price my work? Well, back in the day when we first met each other, I was at the Sanchez Art Center. I was selling it for $100 a shot, which I actually got a couple of people to buy it. And then, the next show, was, I figured, all right, well, look, I got 100, I'm gonna get 200. And then I got to 200, and then I got into a couple of these Art Parade shows, and it was like 400. So how do I price it? It's kind of a building thing. I figure, look, if someone's willing to pay $400 or $500, then maybe they'll pay $600 at the next show. I don't care. Just get it on your wall, get it out there. I don't care so much about the price. Are there art world trends that I'm following, and if so, which? On Flickr, there are some groups which are minimalists. In terms of photography, they're fine, high-resolution groups. I'm tracking high-resolution groups because I like high-resolution. Look, I'm an RIT guy. And, and digital photography is evolving in that way. And I want to track that. Back in school at RIT, they said it's not the camera, it's the person behind it. You can shoot a pinhole camera. What's the damn difference? It's really, so I can't get too crazy about it. But your question was, what am I tracking? And what I'm tracking is, I'm tracking high resolution imagery. I'm tracking minimalist work. I'm tracking all online through Flickr right now and Artsy. But that's, and also the museums. I mean, there was a show at SFMOMA I went to last week. It was 12 contemporary artists in California. You gotta be on top of this stuff. I mean, what's contemporary? I don't know, but I'm tracking it all as much as I am able to track. How's that?